we have a main sponsor of the affiliate ball. We have Tom Ryan from BigleySales.com.
We started off as a sending platform, and we built out all that technology first. The ability to send out, tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of text or emails with a click. So that is where the company started. And then when AI became useful about a year ago, we started layering AI onto everything. We were one of the earliest adopters to ChatGPT with OpenAI. We were one of the earliest adopters to Claude. We put in for the beta version of Claude before 98% of the world had access to it. We were one of the first releases. I think we were the first release outside of beta for ChatGPT. So we've literally been building with these tools since they came out. So if you happen to be friends with Altman or something, and you lived in San Francisco, maybe you had access to it sooner, but we had it as early as anyone could possibly get access. And we've been building out the tools to automate communications ever since. And I have 10 full-time engineers on the staff, and literally all day long, they're working with these tools to make them better, do different things. There's really two pieces of the business. So let me get into the AI business first, where with the AI, we have set up the ability to write emails and write text messages using the AI. We can go and literally write tens of thousands of customized emails where we'll see that Darren is associated with Affiliate Ball. We'll scrape all of the information off the Affiliate Ball website. We'll pull out any of the HTML that's in there. And then we'll write a customized message to you about, hey, Darren, this is why we think we would be a great fit for what you're doing at Affiliate Ball. And we'll actually have the AI come up with a use case for your company for anyone doing anything like B2B, right? Wow. So I know in the lead space, there's almost nothing B2B in the lead space. So this will allow people to use this for B2B specifically.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So anyway, it can scrape that data. It can write a customized email, and then we can click a button. You can send out thousands of them at a time that look like they were all written by an individual who spent an hour researching your company and what you're doing and put a ton of time and effort into it. But it's just the AI doing all the work for you.
So technically, if I wanted to use your service and I wanted to apply it for either a trade show like AFI Expo, or I could use it for affiliateball.com, and I could literally take my database and run it through your system, and it'll look up all the URLs, right? And it'll write an email out saying, we think that you should sponsor the Affiliate Ball because you're targeting these people and we have those people. It'll connect all those dots, right?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. That you can go and take your whole database. So you've been building a database for years. You probably have tens of thousands of people in there and who've gone to your shows, sponsored in the past, et cetera, that you could literally take that whole database of, 100,000 people, run it through there and automate that entire process. And we also have an SDK. So if it's like, hey, we like using Klaviyo, we have Klaviyo, we've been using them for a long time. Okay, you can hook into the SDK using an API. Any programmer can do it. Any engineer can set that up. And you can literally take all of your company information, feed it in there, teach the AI everything there is to know about your company, give it some answers to questions, give it certain questions to ask. If someone says this, then do this. And we can actually create a document and feed all of your content in there and any questions you want answered, and then give it some things. Hey, if someone's interested, tell them to call you. If someone is interested, send them this Calendly link. If someone is interested, do X, Y, and Z, or ask these questions and then do it.
So for now, what you said is it's a B2B kind of service right now.
Well, that can be B2B or B2C, but for it allows you to do B2B stuff as well, right? But anything that you want to customize, that we can go and grab the data, as long as the data is available and it's something that there isn't a lot of protection on. Like it would be very hard to go and just scrape anyone's social media data. The
Yeah.
Facebook and Microsoft don't really want you to do that.
Mhm.
Um, so it'd be hard to take that data and use it, but anything that's out there that's a public website that doesn't have a ton of security on it, we could grab that information and then have it write a custom email based on that. So you plug in all your information, we teach the AI what you want, we tell the AI what the goal is, right? It gets you to do a form fill, whatever, and the AI works to have that done. And then we're feeding all that stuff back to be able to see, hey, was this form actually completed? We're working on that right now. That should be out in the next couple of weeks. We're working on having it actually go back and forth and book an appointment right now where you say, hey, I'm available like we did for this meeting, right? Hey, Tom, what's your availability? I said, I got a little bit of time on Friday. You know, I can probably squeeze in an hour on Friday. And you say, okay, cool. I have 12, 1, and 2 available. And I say, okay, let's do 1 o'clock. Right. And it will go and grab all that data and then send out a calendar invite and then send out automated text and email reminders based on that.
Wow, that's really cool. So let's
So,
go through it on a lead side of things. So let's say I have leads and I'm collecting solar. So now I got maybe some old data. Maybe it's aged maybe 2 to 4 months old. Couldn't do anything with it before. I can use your system and I can be able to communicate with them and it doesn't know anything about them other or does it look them up on the internet? How do you incorporate it with the lead?
so any data that we have, we can import into our system. So if you have 100 rows of information on someone, we conceivably we can put everything in. So a lot of the data sets that I'm looking at right now, there's one data provider that we're working with internally, and we have 200 million cell phones linked to 6 billion different devices linked to their Facebook account.
Okay, so
Right.
it has all of that data available to be able to
So
feed.
I have all of that data available to me if I want to get access to it. So for me to pull data, if I was looking at something today, hey, I'm looking for homeowners in Florida that have homes that are over 30 years old, where the income for the house is over $250,000 a year. I can go and I can pull that data set and, literally any data set that we can come up with based on income, based on the car you drive, based on, I mean, if it's out there, we can find it and work with that data set for B2C or B2B. A lot of stuff with the home itself. We've been doing a lot of things around home services. So a lot of the stuff that is involved with, anything that happens inside a house.
Yeah,
And most of what I'm doing is high ticket, right? If something's under 500 or $1,000, we're probably not going to be talking to those guys. It's not a good fit.
interesting. So then,
Right. Yeah, from the data standpoint, we can get any of that data, and then because we can hook it to a social media account, we can do custom audiences in pretty much any social media. We can do custom audiences for email. We can do, within the guidelines of TCPA, everything that's allowable there as far as texts.
Mhm.
Um, but we can do pretty much anything as far as data, putting together those custom audiences and then running ads. And then we're setting up, tens of thousands of landing pages right now with pixels on all of them for tracking back to the person as well.
Amazing. So what seems to be working the best for you as far as contacting these people? Is it email? Would it be text messaging, social media?
I mean, social's amazing. I love social media, particularly Facebook. For me, the key to Facebook is you got to stop the thumb, right? So it doesn't really matter what it's there. It could be, a bomb going off, right? As long as people watch what's happening, right? You see these things all the time where someone's like shredding a keyboard on social media and then it flips to whatever the ad's actually about, right? Because you want to actually stop their thumb, and it's so competitive on social media these days. You know how it is.
Yeah.
That it's hard to get 5 seconds of attention. It's you better have some good content to get 5 seconds of attention.
Uh,
And then once you've stopped them, then you can put whatever messages on top of it that you want. So I mean, that's my main strategy on social media.
Are you
Is
able to take let's say you have some data that you've received, maybe like let's use solar again for an example, and you're able to match up in your database that person to figure out more of a profile on that person?
Oh, 100%.
Are you able to also then message them on let's say you have their email and phone number, but you don't have their Facebook? Are you able to figure out what their Facebook account is and send them a
Yeah.
message there?
Boy, that's a great idea, Darren. I haven't been sending them DMs on Facebook, but I probably am going to start now that you just gave me the idea.
There you go.
But
The idea is bigly idea. It's a
yeah,
bigly
there it is. But
thinking bigly.
we can link all that data together, and then with that data link together, you can message them pretty much anywhere that you want, anywhere
Yeah.
that is appropriate. Um,
Skype,
so
Telegram, all of that.
you name it, right? So as soon as you have the data and you can hook it up together, then you can send messages wherever. If with data where people have opted into your stuff, what no one really does, and I don't know why they don't do this, but for people who know you, if they've gone kind of dark and you haven't talked to them for 3, 6, 12 months, sending them a text is magic. I mean, you will get a 5 or 10% response rate just texting someone who knows you, they've worked with you before, you haven't talked to them in a while, right? And then you send them a message. It could have been that I haven't heard from you for a year or two, but I'm going to know who you are and I'm going to respond back to you. So,
And the AI will write the message out based on what you input. Like you want
yeah, you can either input the initial message like, hey, Darren, just check it in, and wanted to see about the events for next year. Right. So whatever you can write an individualized message like that, we have about 1 million fields that you can put in. Not 1 million. We've 25 different fields that we can pre-populate in there. And then we can actually set up an autoresponder on all of this stuff as well. That any response that we get in from email or text, we have it auto respond and give it a goal. And, the goal could be like, yeah, let's jump on a Zoom call later this week and book a meeting. So you can send out a personalized message that looks like it was only sent to you and respond back to it within 2 minutes, but actually send it out to 10,000 people.
brilliant.
And that works. I mean, again, if it's warm, it works unbelievably well.
Wow. I would love to try this with my affiliate ball database, just to touch base with
Yeah,
everybody. Hey, did you RSVP yet for Vegas? Are you interested in reserving a table, getting a sponsorship? Boom. Hook
let's
up
do
your
it.
boy.
We'll set it up for you. I'll
Let's
give you
do it.
a free run and we can load up the data. We can literally load up the data. It'll take 5 minutes. We can get that out the door.
It'll be fun because then we could come back and do another interview afterwards and we could talk about it and it would be fun. And then I'll have seen it work. I would be your biggest promoter out there. I'm going to be your biggest promoter either way because I love what you're doing and I love that you're on the cutting edge front lines of AI, which for me is, amazing. It's the biggest growing sector within an industry. So kudos to you, man. That's awesome. What else you got coming out soon? Any
So
new
I mean, those those are the big things that I'm working on right now. We have a lot of clients coming on board. We're signing up. I mean, 5 to 10 new clients a week. We have, we're probably getting 1,000 clients in the top of our funnel every month right now, and then that's shaking out to be 5 to 10 per week that are signing up with us and coming on board. So I mean, I've hired 5 guys in the last 2 weeks. I'm going to hire another 5 guys in the next 2 weeks.
Amazing.
It's just it's busy, man.
Yeah, no, that's great to grow. Wow. So would you say most of these people that are clients of yours, are they targeting the lead gen space?
Yeah, most of them are. Some of them are a little smaller, and we actually just had to keep raising prices to kind of get to a size and scope where it made sense. Just because we had so many guys who wanted to sign up at the lower price point that it was more than we could actually handle. And there's a lot of legwork that we put in, especially for getting leads for someone that we want to create a custom audience for that person. We want to know exactly who their buyer is. We want to target, usually an exact location or an exact demographic fit for that buyer.
Yeah.
and then start, hitting on all the different cylinders, right? Setting up landing pages. And so there's a lot of legwork that goes into this stuff for what we're doing between the creatives and the landing pages and the campaigns and the custom audience. And anyway, that's most of what we've been working on right now. So
It sounds great. It already has me thinking of ways that I can help you in marketing on a B2B level, because that's what I do. I really see huge potential here. Like even other platforms might be able to incorporate it as an upsell or as an added feature within a platform, right? So now,
100% that we can actually split off the AI, and we have an SDK that's coming out
Mhm.
that it's ready now, but anyone can take that and implement it. Anyone can take that and put that into their software, where they'll be responsible for managing it. The prices you're going to get are probably going to be cheaper than if you just set up OpenAI on your own, because we actually are doing a bunch of things with vector databases to make sure that we can get the information without it costing a fortune. So I think if you set up our AI on your software, it'll do it cheaper than if you just do it on your own, for
and
at
now if
least for the
somebody
vast
wants to,
majority of people.
right, and now if somebody wants to sign up right now, if they go to Bigly, BIGLY sales.com, do you have so they could reach you via the website, maybe on a lead collector form, or your email address is there? They could get more information about your pricing and how it works, I'm assuming.
Yeah, 100%. If you go to biglysales.com, you go there, you click on talk to sales, and someone is going to pick up the phone if it's during regular business hours.
Is it someone or is it AI?
No. Actually, we're going to have a call like this, right?
Yeah.
We're using this thing. They're actually discontinuing the service that we're using, which is kind of sad, because these guys spent like $1 billion building this thing out, and then they sold it to Ring Central, and Ring Central decided to shut it down. So, but we
Oh,
we
wow.
have a live hangout room that we have our customer service team in. So we have one for sales, we have one for customer service, and we just have a bunch of people hanging out in there at all times. So whenever someone pops in, we have a couple of guys sitting there to help them out.
Amazing. So what are the next trade shows on your radar? Obviously you look there, you see Affiliate Ball, your main
Yeah,
sponsor, January 16th with Fat Joe. Are you going to be at Lead Generation World?
yeah, we're sponsoring Lead
You
Generation
said you're
World as well
sponsoring that in Florida.
in Florida. So those are the two immediate ones on my radar. There's another show that centers around calling that I'm going to be at later this year as well. But
All you got to do is go to biglysales.com and join a new renaissance with AI at the forefront with my man Tom Ryan. Thank you again for this interview. And I'm looking forward to Vegas. I'm looking forward to all the things that we could do soon. And thanks for creating something so useful that, I didn't realize I need, and now I realize I need it. And I hope for the viewers that watch this video, you could think of your own application, hit up Tom. It's actually Tom at biglysales.com if you want to reach him directly. Thanks again, Tom.
hey, Darren, thank you so much for having me. I love being on here, and I had a great time.